Welcome to the 420 Tarot Lounge. My name is Friday. I'm your reader and host. My readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. If you enjoy my interpretation of the cards, please go ahead and give a like, pass that puff, and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel to reach as many people as I can, and in order to do that, I need subscribers. Alrighty. And views, obviously, but subscribers. And apparently there's a height button. If that shows up and you really do connect with this reading, go ahead and hype this video and leave me a comment below. Let me know how this resonates with you. That would be awesome. And maybe let me know where you're watching from. That would be great as well. Let's exchange some energy here. Okay, so Spirit, Source, God, if you could please provide a message for the month of October for my collective here watching, that would be great. Knight of Wands. Oh boy, there's two cards there. Okay. Oh, three. King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Temperance. Death. Oh, two cards. Five of Cups. Ace of Swords. Knight of Swords. So it feels like there's a lot of okay. There's been some kind, you have, oh boy. Okay, let me, I need to sit down here. This is, you are feeling as though you have been duped. There's I'm getting the feeling you think you've been duped. And that's, I mean, if you came out on this with the shitty end of the stick, then yeah, you've been duped. But I feel like you think you have the feeling that you've been duped. So let's get into this. And the reason why I say this is because this Knight of Swords is the underlying energy here is, for me, this is like the exposure of truth, the exposure of what's really going on. And then we have the Six of Swords underneath that. So that's like moving on with your experiences and leaving the ship behind. And you've now come aware that you've been duped, and you're in a position now where you're trying to figure out how you are going to recuperate, how you're going to be able to I think you don't want people to know that you've been duped somehow. Three of Swords. So this could be somebody, you know, could be like maybe they tapped you for experience for maybe a business or something, but Ten of Wands. and maybe they've asked you for advice or input of some sort, and you've never been compensated for it. And now they have, that type of thing. Maybe they did all these wonderful things as though they loved you and then walked away from you. I almost feel as though there was a false sense of security. Oh, that card, I just flung it onto the floor, trying to fling it onto the table, so we're going to take it anyway. We have the King of Swords. So this is like revelations of all the duping. This for me is a burden of healing that you shouldn't have to be going through. Healing that you shouldn't have to be going through, but you will learn from it. I mean, like we do anything else. But right now, I feel like you are maybe a little bit at a loss what to do or how to handle this. So first of all, this is not your problem. This is whoever duped you. It's a reflection of themselves. So unfortunately, you just happen to be the one to feel the brunt of it, right? The Ace of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Swords on the bottom. This one doesn't have the name here. It's the only court card that's missing its title at the bottom in this deck. I got a misprinted one. So we have two Knight of Swords here. There's going to be you are going to be I think you're going to be able to do something about the duping. And now this could be a legal matter, like maybe they took money from you from your bank account. You know what I mean, like something legal like that, or maybe you're in a position that you can, by cutting them off, somehow they will feel that absence. Not that you want to get them back per se, but you're done. Keeping that energy there is just draining you and draining you and draining you. I feel like there's with these two cards, I feel like there's a new sheriff in town. If I can say that, a new sheriff in town. And then these two Knight of Swords. So the King of Pentacles is usually a lawman or a judge or military. That type of, it holds that type of mentality. So I feel like the King and the Knight of Pentacles here, with the passion of the Knight of Wands here, this is, you're not, I feel like you have in your mind that this is something that's not forgivable. You don't have to tell the person that you forgive them, but by not forgiving them in your heart, by letting it go, you're only poisoning yourself, which is going to make the burden and realization of all of this harder. Because you'll have that underlying feeling of revenge, wanting to take revenge. The This Ace of Cups here is I feel like this is a self-love healing understanding what I feel like you are be soft on yourself, I guess is what I'm saying. I think the duping was very well orchestrated. It feels like it was well planned, well orchestrated. But this, like I said, to me, this feels like a new sheriff in town. So I'm going to use my 1JJ Swiss deck here just to pull 3 or 4 more cards on. See if we can get a little bit more in depth here. What's going on? So this realization of being duped, and this here is shame. You feel shame. I feel that as shame. I know it's patience and balance and all that kind of stuff, but with this card, I feel it's almost like, oh fuck, how do I tell anybody? Oh my God, right? Pardon my French there. I've got 2 cards here. So we've got the Star card and we've got the 6 of Cups. So there is and then the bottom card is Justice. So there is keep moving on your on this journey of, I say journey because every time, it doesn't matter if it's if it's a mindset or if it's physical action, it's still a journey. You're going to be able to see that a justice is going to be coming. You're going to be able to see that things are going to, I won't say get completely back to normal or the way they were or whatever before you were duped. But I can say that it will give you the security or the feeling of security that you had previous. So I feel like this could be some kind of a security type mechanism, whether it's a physical security mechanism, or maybe even it could be malware. You know, you could put what do you call that? Antivirus stuff on your computer. But it's as though you are going to be made whole again. Okay, so we've got a lot going on here. You've been duped. There's a new sheriff in town. The duping has taken a lot from you, emotionally and physically. So it's like somebody's asked for advice on how they can implement something maybe. whatever it is, you've assisted somebody to better themselves and they basically swept you to the side. Justice, new sheriff in town, justice is coming. Keep on the exposure path. In other words, keep looking things up when presented with information that you're like, let me check that out. And you'll find that the more you do that, the more you will find a lot of different opinions, advice, whatever that is, but also ones that when you look in the past, like you look at their past papers or their past opinions or whatever it is, and today, and you see which ones actually have come to fruition, came close to coming to fruition, that kind of thing. And you'll be able to develop reliable sources for whatever topic it is that you were duped on. Okay, so this could be like a money scam, a heart scam, so to speak. Maybe you got duped into donating to something and it wasn't real. But there's a new sheriff in town. That's all I can say. So something's going to be, so whether you're the new sheriff or something outside influences the action that created the duping, something happens, and I feel like you're going to be made whole somehow. I don't know how, but you will be made whole. Your angel number is 111. Honesty, life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is a priority right now. Okay, so this is maybe how you're going to be made whole. That's all I can, that's not all I can surmise from that, but this could be how you're going to be made whole. And as you stick to the truth, honesty, the truth. Don't allow this duping to belittle yourself. Okay, so you already have what it takes to succeed. So you have to keep, it says, but practice makes you a master. You already have what it takes to succeed, but so maybe you already know like how to search things, like say on the internet. But maybe the way you're searching them is a little bit old-fashioned, and there like how I think there's a travel website. There's a few of them actually that compare travel expenses. So they gather all the information from all over the internet and bring it all into one list. Whereas you could be going and going to each different hotel chain and seeing what they charge. Going to each different car rent. I don't know how. I know it's hotels. I don't know what else there is, but anyway. that saves a person time and gives them real-time comparisons on travel expenses for a hotel, say. Um, so you already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. This could also be a call to continuous improvement. So maybe there are new tools out there to aid in finding information, or new tools out there um, to bring new information to light, to public, say. This for me is this duping. It's not necessarily the content of the duping that I'm talking about here. It could be the reason why the duping occurred. Okay, so something was lax there. So yeah, getting back to being whole and growing what you have is going to require honesty. And seeing 111 is a reminder that honesty is going to get you, it may not get you every single thing that you want, but you're not going to have any backlash or scandal or feel like you didn't deserve something, even. Yeah. So, um, you, instead of being revengeful or vengeful against the duper, expose the duper. Don't try and attack them directly. I don't think that's going to be and I mean attack them directly, like call them out on social media or whatever. I think you're going to have to just like expose it. So, like I said, I get more than one message in the reading. Um, this new sheriff in town, I think it's got more than one connotation here with the justice up here. Um, bringing things back to the way they were. New sheriff in town, bringing things back to the way they were, hoping to bring things back to the way they were, or cut to a comfort. Okay. So your advice is to expose the dupe and the assailant, if you will, um, not by attacking them directly on social media or in public, but by um, exposing everything that they've done to you, by it in order to advance themselves. Okay. And it may not be the people in digesting the information that you are going to present may not be willing to listen. There's nothing you can do about that. By trying to force them to listen, you're only going to drive them farther away. So they'll catch on eventually. So this could be a friend of yours could have duped you. And now you present to other friends, this is what happened. And they're like, oh, I don't believe that. And you keep on and keep on and keep on. And they're going to be like, well, now I really don't believe it. Right? So if they don't believe it, you just move on. They'll eventually catch on. But I feel like you're going to be made whole again. Somehow this duping is going to be corrected. So yeah, so your advice is people, not everybody wants to tag along, ride along, whatever. You have to leave them behind to carry on to get your message out more to more people. And by doing that, you will bring the attention and become whole again. So this may not be not a replacement, but this may not be a returning of these 3 cups. This may be something new altogether. That totally surpasses what those 3 cups represent. Okay. Okay, so I feel like new honesty and integrity, no name calling. It's no name calling. That's what I because that's not justice, right? That's just being dirty. This new sheriff in town's got me intrigued. Um, I don't know if I'm going to just pause the video and throw a few cards down or if I should end it here. I think I'm going to end it here. Yes. So if you enjoy my interpretation of the cards, please give a like. Subscribe if you're so inclined. My name is Friday. This is the 420 Tarot Lounge, and I do appreciate each and every viewer. And I do hope you come back again. Namaste.